Today we'll be discussing my observations of the South African elephant during the summer of 2016 within the Greater Krugar National Park. These socially structured animals exhibit very large external ear flaps that are mobile, allowing them to create a variety of movements and postures. During my observation period, they commonly flex their ear muscles, extending their entire ear out perpendicular to the side of their head, and then waving them back and forth. This could occur slowly or vigorously. They would also exhibit an ear posture that was similar by extending their ears out rigidly from the sides of their head and holding them in place. So why do these animals do this? Using Tinbergen's 4 levels of analysis, I have created a series of hypotheses to explain. This behavioral adaptation may function as a means of inter- or intra-species communication for the animal. Irvin Buss and James Estes investigated the belief that the use of ear movements and postures were signals warning herd members of danger. During their observational study, wild animals repeatedly displayed rigid ear expansion accompanied by intense staring and an elongated trunk that extended towards the floor, making the animal look larger as a form of intimidation to potential threats. In the event danger became imminent, the elephants would flap their ears vigorously in order to attract the herd's attention and then flee. This social behavior may be learned through maternal care and mimicry, teaching the young elephants how to interact with the world as they mature. Similar behavior has been seen through studies done on other mammals, such as black-tailed prairie dogs. Shear and Owings performed studies on juvenile prairie dogs, who would display an increase in defensive behavior after repeated exposure to threatening stimuli when in the presence of an experienced adult, versus juveniles who were exposed to the stimuli by themselves. The mechanisms causing this behavior may be in response to environmental stimuli. The elephant could receive the new information through sensory systems, which send signals via the nervous or hormonal system, activating pathways to execute muscle contractions in the form of appropriate ear movements. Work done by Hefner showed evidence of this via sound localization tests. In a controlled environment, elephants would respond to brief sounds by extending their ears as opposed to no ear movements without the sounds. Furthermore, he found that isolating sound to one side of the head would elicit movement of only the ear on that corresponding side. This type of communication has fitness benefits, allowing it to evolve throughout history. Seen not only through South African elephants, other mammals, such as domesticated cows, utilize their ears as a means of communication. The positioning and movement of their ears have been used to determine positive or negative moods, as shown in a study by Proctor. Data of a controlled experiment where observations before, during, and after petting stimuli determined a positive correlation between ear positioning and mood. This could suggest a shared ancestor among large grazing herd mammals possessed the trait. This behavior is most relatable to what was covered within the communication section of our animal behavior course. We see examples of dishonest signaling, or deceptive communication, as the elephant portrays inaccurate information about its size and power by expanding its ears. In a similar context, ear waving can become intraspecific, honest signaling between individuals to facilitate quick and easy decision-making. These would be quality contexts when perceived among individuals who share a genome and benefit from predator evasion and maternal care. Ear waving could be considered an index signal in this case, one that cannot be faked, as larger elephant ears produce more noticeable movements to be detected.